guys, what's going on? Brandon here, and today I'm doing my review of Evil Dead Rise. So, Evil Dead Rise is a sequel to the original Evil Dead films, but it doesn't actually like have any of the original actors in it. Bruce Campbell it did produce, so there is some con- you know continuation there, and this movie is really good. I wanted to like it more than I did, but I really did like it. I have a couple of issues, but I'll get to those here in a moment. But first off, I want to talk about the positives. So this movie is very simple. Most of the movie takes place in one like apartment, and it's about a aunt who's trying to protect her kids, her nieces and nephews from their mother who has been, you know, possessed by a demon, because that's what happens in these movies, right? And it stars Lily Sullivan, Alyssa Sutherland, uh, Gabrielle Echols, Morgan Davies, and Nell Fisher. And I think that these are really this is the family. That's the family. So I would say that those are like the main ones that I want to talk about really here. I think all of them do an okay job in their roles. I don't think there's one or two of them I don't think are perfect. Specifically, the kid Nell Fisher and uh, Morgan Davies, I think, is a little off at times, but they're neither one of them are bad. There's just a couple of little moments where I'm like, I didn't like the way that was done. I didn't like the way that was said or whatever, but they weren't bad. So there you go. But everyone else was really good. Um, and I think the this movie has some scares, has some really good ones. It also has some moments that are, in my view, so I don't know if they were meant to be funny. The thing is, like, the original Evil Dead had like a very obvious sense of humor to it. This one, I don't think it's like as obvious, but at the same time, I do think that there is a sense of humor here, and I think that that's important in these Evil Dead movies. That's where the Evil Dead remake really fucked up, is that they didn't have any sense of humor about themselves. In my view, that is where that movie really like goes off the rails. Is like there's no like jokes and like humor to it. Whereas this one, even if they weren't meant to be humorous, they were humorous. Now, I don't know if they were meant to be humorous or not, and that's kind of my issue. That's one of my issues right now. Is I wish I knew whether or not something was supposed to be kind of funny, because it's played in a funny way, but then also it's kind of played in like a creepy way. There's like a middle ground here that I think maybe they were trying to do a little bit of both, which didn't always work, if that's what they were trying to go for. So, I also have some issues kind of with the story, but I can't really get into the specific issues that I have with the story, because if I did, I would be spoiling something. It's something that the character of Danny does, and I understand like they kind of play it up like he's like this is just who he is. This is what he does. He's a mischievous one, but he kind of seems stupid when he does the thing that I'm talking about. Like, it didn't really work in my view. It didn't really make him seem mischievous. It just made him seem stupid, and that's kind of my issue with that one. But I don't think that this movie is bad. I think that's very good, and I think some of the gore in this movie and the stuff like that, it's very good. It's very, very, very good. It's gonna be a short review. I don't really have a ton to say other than the actors were all right, and the actors were good, very good to all right. And The story kind of had a couple little issues, but I didn't really have too big of an issue with it. And and then just the normal kind of like, I wish they would have done this instead of this. I wish they would have done that instead of that. There's a cat in this movie that does not seemingly get harmed, so positive there. That was actually one of my worries when I saw the cat. I was like, do not hurt the cat. But that's good. That's good. I hope that no one sees that as a spoiler, but whatever. That's really all I have to say. I'm going to give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. I don't really give a halves too much. Occasionally I do, but I think this one deserves it. I don't think it's quite an 8, but I also don't think it's a 7, so it's like somewhere in the middle. Just give it a 7.5. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitter in the link in the description below. Peace out.